I just got back from the convention. Pretty stressed out from the drive. The GPS dropped before I even got a road away from the convention hall. So at that point, I don't know the Jacksonville city area at all. The furthest I usually drive is San Jose Boulevard. So pretty much at that point, I had no idea where I was going. Luckily, it kicked back on probably just in time because I was kind of just blindly following the roads because the traffic signs were very specific about you can't go straight, you have to turn. So I just kind of blindly went down some roads. Luckily, they happened to be the right ones that I needed to go on. And it was very scary for me. Traffic was very condensed. And when you don't know where you're going and you have to kind of keep eyeballing your phone to try to get a heads up, and traffic's built up, I was just really stressed the whole way home. And I was already kind of in a bad mood by the time I was leaving. I didn't have a lot of time to walk around the convention center and take pictures of anything. So I apologize if anyone was hoping to see more of the convention itself. I honestly thought I would do a little bit more videoing, but as it turned out, there wasn't anything for me to do because I basically just spent over 7 hours sitting in a chair at a table with board games set up, and no one wanted to play anything. I mean, to keep it in perspective, I guess, I wasn't the only one that this happened to. Apparently Fridays are a really slow day at this particular convention. Some of the older board game master guys were saying, no one showed up for theirs. It wasn't a big deal. We'll probably get more people Saturday. I don't even know if I'm holding this too far away or too close. I'm sorry. But it still really sucks to have that happen. 'Cause it's if you've ever not really fitted in at any point in your life, if you were in high school and you kind of felt like you were getting made fun of for something that you liked, everyone's probably had that moment at least once at some point in school or something like that where you kind of got made fun of because no one was vibing with something that you were into. Not just nerdy stuff, anything. Oh, I like this. I like violin music. Everyone's like, whatever, you're a loser. Or something like that. You liked something, but at the time you just weren't an adult where you could just go and be around other people that liked the kind of thing you were. You were just clumped with people and, But I guess it just feels and I mean, this is probably just my brain projecting terribleness so that I feel even worse about myself. But it's it's being rejected by a group of people that you would say are your people. Is kind of how I feel right now. I'm feeling pretty useless and rejected by the whole thing. It just sucks that I started this morning because I'm thinking about the other videos I've taken earlier today, and I was I was pretty happy, feeling pretty good about everything. I was excited, a little bit nervous. And the stuff that I was even nervous about didn't even happen. What happened was so much worse. Nobody. I would say, to the best of my memory, I talked to maybe 7 individuals throughout the day, and they were literally throughout the day. It wasn't 7 people all came up to me at once. It's no, we don't want to play your game. I was some people seemed like they might have been slightly interested, but they either never came back. Some people were really weird. I had one girl that came and talked to me twice. No idea she was, or how old she was. She was probably a high schooler or something like that. Super weird girl. saying she was an Eevee and she wanted to evolve into an Umbreon and talked about all this other craziness. But, she was nice enough to sit down and talk to someone who was just sitting there doing nothing. So, good points on her for that. I met some of the guys. Some of the guys that there were kind of cool. A lot of guys were into Dungeons and Dragons. That were the ones coming over to talk to me. I would have loved to maybe got them to play some of my games, but it just didn't happen that way. I don't think they were bad dudes. It was nice of them to even come and talk to me. I was pretty bored. There was a girl towards the end of it was around 6:30 she comes. Not all the way up there, if you guys know what I'm saying. But, I was trying to be nice and patient with this person. Because, at the convention, she's having fun. I didn't want to wreck her day by being someone who just didn't have the patience to have a conversation with her at this point, but I really didn't. But eventually I just kind of excused myself to go use the restroom, and I checked my cell phone, and I saw that it was 7 o'clock. So at that point, I just went ahead and packed it in. And the guy who was a game master next to me, he was a really nice guy, and his girlfriend was with him. And they were talking to me. We were, before we got busy, we were doing jokes back and forth and stuff like that. And, oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought here. So someone just pulled up behind me, and I think it's probably my brother getting dropped off or something. Or getting picked up. But anyway, sorry. But yeah, he said he was going to get dinner, because at this point the restaurant areas were closed inside the convention hall. And so he wanted to go get dinner, and he's like, around 8 o'clock I'm going to come back, and maybe you can do some Sentinels of the Multiverse. And I, at the time I was like, yeah, man, because, I haven't really been doing anything today, so could definitely use some fun. But like I said, at 7 o'clock, I just wanted to pack up and get out of there. Still not really in a great mood right now. I'm gonna go inside and put all my stuff up, get packed up for tomorrow. Eat some dinner. I'm really hungry too now, and start uploading these to YouTube, I guess, so people can watch them if they want. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much done for the day. Hopefully Saturday and Sunday go a lot funner. Yeah, that's all I got.